Hello, my name is Quentin from Idget Rambles and Reads, and I actually have a request for a read-along. I want to see if I can get people, anyone really, be they YouTuber, be they commenter, really anybody to reread or to read The Combinations by Louis Armand with me. Louis Armand is a French poet, novelist. I'm sure he's written short stories and published them. French poet, novelist, probably story writer, and critical theorist. And this book, being a critical theorist, I imagine he will almost surely have, like, there's probably going to be some philosophical weight to this. But I read the first bit after hearing Rick Harsh, of all people, talk about it. Read the first bit, and this seems like just an absolute romp of language fun. I'll try to convince you by reading some passages out of it. But first, I wanted to just let you know, this book came out in I think 2016, and just look at the cover there. Isn't that beautiful? Just like an amazing mess of a cover, spine, amazing mess. Just like this book seems to be, because looking through this book, look at that back cover. That's beautiful. I love it. Oh, is YouTube gonna come at me for the breasts? But I hope not. But yeah, so it seems really cool. There's a lot of experimentation with the way it's actually laid out on the page. That's one thing that's kind of interesting. It's in 9 parts, so I might want to do this in like 9 weeks, nine-ish videos. But yeah, I want to see if I can get anybody to read this with me, to buddy read it. I would also very much like commenters. Like, if you're interested in this book or you're waiting for a reason to read it, let me know. Because, and I understand you probably don't know who Louis Armand is, because to me this is rhubarb. I've never heard a single thing about Louis Armand prior to this, but Rick Harsh just kind of convinced me until I was like, you know what? I'm going to get it. Paid an arm and a leg for it, but I'm going to get it and see what's going on. And yeah, there are footnotes occasionally, not like, he's not leaning into the footnotes. You get changes in font, you get styles with like transcripts, you get poems, you get a whole bunch of stuff in here. And the personality of the author right away is just really striking. So this is before the novel even starts, right after your epigraphs from Wittgenstein, Blake, Robert Johnson, Zarathustra, and of course Bobby Fischer, of all people. But yeah, so I'll read 3 or 4 sections out of what is basically the foreword, I think, but it's before you get to even the first part or of the novel. So, and I'm sorry for the slurs in here, but every confession's a lie. Spare a thought for the old guy arrested barking. Oh fuck, already trucked it up. Spare a thought for the old guy arrested barking. Zids out, Krauts in. Dragged off to Gestapo HQ for the red carpet treatment. Sign the visitors' books. Tour the facilities before having his balls fried off and fed back to him. Of course he fessed up, no secret about it. Standard procedure, you could say. Official policy, even. Matter of black and white. Or maybe the other way, white and black. Put a noose around his neck, too, for good measure. Swung from a meat hook. Was anything gained? Hardly takes much to figure out. Every comedy needs a scapegoat, like a soapbox needs a rousable rabble. Like a discerning eye needs a Pygmalion to purr at, etc., right? So it's these types, that is, for me, that seems like an interesting opener, especially because, every comedy needs a scapegoat, like a soapbox needs a rousable rabble, right? Like that is just so fun. Yeah, just really interesting kind of approach to style. I'll read another bit. Oh, but the words came later, much later. Though from where you're standing, you'd be forgiven for doubting there'd ever been anything but. Voids, they said. Voids. as verbiloquacious as a bum alibi, doling out the gilded nothings, the nounings, the non sequiturs in a last-ditch run at conning a reprieve. Please, oh please, big Meister von Ungemesh, thinking to jerk a tear or two, the rained-on, spit-sodden butt of all the spent supplications of yore, that old carcass stuffed with bone offal, served up on high with cabbage and dumplings, right? Really interesting kind of alliterative stuff going on there. And then I'll read the closing of this. Oh yeah. Who was he? No one you'll ever hear of again. Such an erstwhile Oedipus as even ours would hardly be worth his weight in footnotes. But wait, who knows? Perhaps the scholastic sticklers of some future post-Pleistocene might, one day, trifocals tilted at this infinitesimal event of questionable non-repute, putting the inconsequential back into the grand design like a butterfly's wing flutter in the vacuum of the cosmic mind, set down in higgledy-piggledy casebook hieroglyphics how, at the time of the hitherto unknown offending incidents, the suspect, known only as K, was discovered loitering at the gates in the old Ziddish cemetery, attracting an audience, shouting his lungs out, so to speak, waving his arms, making a right spectacle of himself for anyone who would hear. Anyone who could see, zids out, ja, 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 krauts in, I. Occurring one mildly overcast midweek afternoon in the salad days of the occupation, with all the hilarity still to come. The moral of the story being, were it to have one, let the dead laugh at being dead. Foolery runs amok. That seems like a blast, especially, I don't know, like that, just the language there, just it's so much fun to read. So if you want to get into this with me, let me know. You know, and if you're a booktuber, I would just just upload a video on it. You don't even have to. Just comment on stuff I'm going to post about this, really. It doesn't matter. Like, the point of this is that this book seems to be the type of book that is better in, it seems like it's kind of like Pynchon and sometimes, well, and like Pynchon and Joyce a little bit, right? That it's better when read communally. You're far better off reading something as kind of because that's dense. What I just read is dense. Like, it's from the first 3 pages, it's a dense book, but it's also great fun. And that's the angle that I want to do. I want to have as much fun with this as I can. And part of that is a communal reading experience. The other part of it is, on first read of these massive books, I try not to really dive into them super deep. I go as deep as I would enjoy to. And Idjit reads. I mean, that's where you're not getting analysis from this. Go to a different channel for analysis. But the thing with books like that is, I don't want to dive too deep into them because, like, I'm thinking specifically of books like Gravity's Rainbow and The Recognitions. And Dahlgren, kind of. But anyways, Gravity's Rainbow and The Recognitions specifically, those books are a lot of fun. Like, just page by page, they're tons of fun. And one of the things about them that I found most admirable was I would go through The Recognitions just marveling at the dialogue taking place, just marveling at the beautiful descriptions of things. The moon and other lustrous blisters of heaven were gone, right? There are so many great, amazing descriptions. There's a passage in the MYRB edition 101 to 105, I think, that is just gorgeous. And those little things right there that I'm just enjoying the whole way through. And I'm getting probably what I think, because those are really rich books, I'm getting probably about like 40% maybe. I'm getting bare bones plot and thematic stuff. Not really, there's just so many illusions that, like, I would be skeptical of anyone who says they get over 85-90% after one read, honestly. But Gravity's Rainbow, same deal with the humor. I enjoy it a lot, and both of those, like Gravity's Rainbow, I reread it and I enjoyed it even more. The Recognitions has 100% convinced me that I would really do well with the rereading of that book. And I want to give Louis Armand here the same opportunity. Read it once, and if I enjoy it enough, if he convinces me to come back again and really, really, really dive into it, I would love to do so. But that's what this is about. This is about seeing, okay, let's see if I can just enjoy this a lot, because it's supposed to be fun. It is. And yeah, we're going to see, I want to see what Louis Armand has. I know it's a bit of a long shot. I know it's a bit of a long shot kind of posting on a channel with less than 30 subscribers about does anyone want to do a read along, but yeah, I would totally love that. And if you're trying to, let me know the pace you'd like to go at. Let me know how many videos you'd like me to make on it. I would like to do one video per part and just kind of bare bones. Let's see what's going on the page, plot, characters, how am I feeling about the language, has there been any standout scenes, and then usually with these types of books, you go through it like that and you just keep it all in your head as much as you can. And after a while, you will got through the end having learned a ton about these things. I know that was definitely the case with the recognitions in Gravity's Rainbow, definitely. But I don't know if this is that type of book either. Keep that in mind too, that those are just other big, rich books like this one is. This one's like 900 pages. Those are just other big, rich books. And what I say is look into it. And if you're interested in reading along with me, and you're not even a YouTuber, absolutely, I would love to engage with you guys about this. Yeah, but I'll shut the hell up right about now. Let me know if you're interested, especially with what I just read, because that seems like very rambunctious, fun with language, and very, I didn't read the more vulgar parts, but he loves himself a good vulgar joke, I already know. And this book seems to be really funny, so I'm gonna get to it, but I wanted to just leave the option open for a read-along, if anybody cares to. And, or even just brief chats about the book, but yeah. Anyways, peace and groovy. Have yourselves a good day, and yeah, I'll just show you the beautiful, beautiful covers one more time. Yes, Louis Armand, the combinations. Peace and groovy.